I decide to see you, if a Ghanaian gets up to see you, that Chief Justice, you have made a statement which is very, very problematic. We want you to justify what makes Akuffo Addo a legitimate lawyer. You will need to prove his certificate. Can you? That is why at your position, you don't do politics. You don't make such statements. White man will say these are what? These are, they call it, these are loose talks. These are loose statements. You don't do it. You might admire Akuffo Addo from afar. Maybe the way he conducted himself when he was a lawyer to you is the best. But you don't publicly sit there and make it look like Akuffo Addo is an exceptional lawyer, whilst you know he has no certification. This is 2013. Till date. Nana Danko Akuffo Addo has not been able to tell us to go for the second copy of his certificate. From where? But we see a Chief Justice today, Ghana's Chief Justice, defending a criminal. That's why I'm saying, if I decide to sue you, Madam Tokonu, I decide to sue you, I want interpretation to your statement. Prove to me, as a Ghanaian, the taxpayer who has been taking care of you for some time now, why Akuffo Addo is a lawyer. Can you prove to me? Because Akuffo Addo just told us his certificate is missing. Can you force Akuffo Addo to go to his law school and bring the certificate? You are not acting like a Chief Justice. You are not. And it hurts because you are lowering that status there, the amount.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
You were for a PENDREAM TV in Pacho. When you say the news not for my near the bro. News ya ubabeti in Pacho. So what when one drink trebia and so what drink trefa. News via I present your platform where you saw for your voice note not for sending it. I was 0277 128 777. The debate 2 PENDREAM FM so my Ghana phone in Ationka. Yanko T and a story I did bro.
Now look at this. Chief Justice, International Association of Women Judges Africa Regional Conference. I say a hono Chief Justice akokasa. Na na Chief Justice kakaye. Madam Tokonu o say President Akuffo Addo is a lawyer. Yeah, good. Edio. Chief Justice Nano Asana Beka. This is the Chief Justice of Ghana. Madam Tokodu. Edio. Hey, Madam. Have you Yango Papa Kwe, you work with me. La. Madam Tokodu Akasabu Yentie. Media. The kind of the actual Beka was say. President Akuffo Addo is a lawyer and a champion of justice, and his name is definitely, defiably hatched in the legal history of this country as the most distinguished legal practitioner. Say his belief in the rule of law has been evident during his tenure as president. Chief Justice. We are sure Chief Justice by Musa That was on the lighter side. I'm sure as a Chief Justice, you people said her just water before she spoke. I hope it was just pure water, wasn't anything. Chief Justice say, Nana do Akuffo Addo a lawyer or your lawyer can see a penniya. A we are saying the Akuffo Addo de a bin sida. Nana do Akuffo Addo wants validation from the Chief Justice. And Madam Tokori never make Akuffo Addo. The law so kwena Madam Tokori is validating it for him. Above what to Akuffo Addo. And the Chief Justice say Akuffo Addo dey exceptional. The lawyer no a lawyer penyini pa. E we are saying na sebio obia agina tum na eba nipa eye kebi mami kebi. Ene nipa ye sebio ye ball mo ho ban a Akuffo Addo dey odem sronko. Me sebo ye sure say pure water mo serve mama no event na say. The Chief Justice of Ghana, Asama Wakanono. Now, isn't it sad? Because when Akuffo Addo hears her, Akuffo Addo will laugh. Yeah. So now Akuffo Addo tells the Chief Justice of Ghana, he will laugh. He will be like, Abai. Akuffo Addo will say, Abai. I was the one post Kakrabi de Maui. Are you coming to validate me? Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo. When you come to Ghana, you can't lawyer sir. Omedi Jumama Omankase Juma Ekasaba Akuffo Addo can. He knows what to make a chief justice go so low to try and validate Akuffo Addo's the law or yeah. But I thought to say the Juma Nankasa and Nkebe selling Juanamebwa. Do we need a chief justice to go and mount a stage somewhere to come and justify Akuffo Addo's law? No. Chief Justice is trying to clean Akuffo Addo up. And she cleaned Akuffo Addo up in the bad way. You know why? Because in the first place, Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo became president. And the taxpayers' money, I see judges for Dino, Akuffo Addo broke it down. That alone shows mentally he's not even supposed to be called a lawyer. The taxpayers' money, Akuffo Addo broke it down to build something he thinks he has promised his God. That alone should tell you Akuffo Addo, he doesn't have that mental capability to be referred to as lawyer. I'm not even going to talk about Akuffo Addo certification. How did we come so low for a chief justice to be doing PR work for a self-acclaimed lawyer without a certificate? How did we get here? So now a whole chief justice has become a guru girl. Go and validate Akuffo Addo. And the same thing like Gabriel Chidakon. Gabi is now looking for validation. After Nkwasiadia or he has no respect on the streets of Ghana and even outside. You know, Gabriel Chidakon, after the foolishness, the corruption, the disgusting, proud nonsense they did, you see Gabriel Chidakon, after stealing all the money in Ghana, he still does not command any respect. Today, he wants validation. Into a event, or maybe this financial year, he is forcing to get validation. But Pre-Koko Nam Ghana knows Gabi is a filthy human being. And so, if we use our chief justice to be doing this Goro girl's job, there is a problem with the system. Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo till date cannot show us one person he went to law school with. Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo. Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo till date cannot tell us where his certification is. But the Chief Justice is bold enough to go and validate Akuffo Addo's credentials that are not. You see, they don't need validation because everybody knows Akuffo Addo is not a lawyer. Now ask yourself, what to make a Chief Justice go this low? Because they say Akuffo Addo is a dying I'm a judge for, but Akuffo Addo be breaking a dying the taxpayer CKC. So Madam Tokonu, Akuffo Addo bubu taxpayer dying, and what's our tam taxpayer is dying. What makes Akuffo Addo? It makes him a fool. It's wasting the taxpayers' money, wasting resource. So when you hear the Chief Justice do this Abronya kind of propaganda for Akuffo Addo, all because if Akuffo Addo is building houses for judges, does it make him a lawyer? An armed robber can build a church. It does not make him a holy man. And how do we reason as humans? Today we are validating crime. We are validating certificateless men and women. Today, the highest office in our judiciary has stood so low to the point where Akuffo Addo himself today, you the Chief Justice, when you tell him to show you his certificate, he cannot. So what is your basis for saying Akuffo Addo is an astute lawyer? Because you, Madam Tokonu, you can show me your certificate. Why can't he show us his certificate? And you know this. So why do you go ahead to go and do this foot soldier job? Is it your job to validate the Akuffo Addo certification? No. So you see, these things, it hurts. And with all due respect, the position you feel is a Ghana position. We all know that the Akuffo Addo created opportunity for your husband, which is fine. Your husband as a pharmacist, his company, his job collapsed. It is Akuffo Addo who came in. They used government money to resource him. And he's also a Ghanaian. He can be helped. And we all don't have a problem with that. But do not drag the institution's name in the mud. Your job, there will never be a day a judge, a Supreme Court judge in Ghana will sit in public, in America, will sit in public and be praising the president. Never. Never. This is the lowest you have brought our judiciary. Akuffo Addo can build glass houses for judges. The Chief Justice is supposed to stay away from justifying or validating a man who has no certificate. Are you the Chief Justice right now? Today, if I tell you to justify Akuffo Addo, why he's a lawyer. How are you going to justify it? You're going to tell me that, oh, we all know he was in court talking. Haven't we seen imposters in court talking? Countless occasions we have caught people who are imposters pretending to be lawyers. The only thing that can make Akuffo Addo a legitimate lawyer is that he shows his certificate. We have lowered everything. How can a chief justice? So if Akuffo Addo has built houses for judges, does it make him a legitimate lawyer? Where are your facts? If today, Chief Justice, I see you right now and I say, prove to me why Akuffo Addo is a lawyer, can you prove to me? It's a simple question. If I decide to see you, the Chief Justice, for misleading Ghanaians, because majority, and I myself, I've gone to Colombia, I've gone to Kude Brothers, none of them, they were not able to show me one document that shows Akuffo Addo practice law in UK or in France. So today, if I see you, the Chief Justice, I see you right now, and I'm like, I want you to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Akuffo Addo is a legitimate lawyer. Can you prove it? But you will sit in court and be screaming at lawyers and intimidating lawyers because you think your chair is bigger than Ghana. That is the thing. That's our problem. So if today I decide to see you, if a Ghanaian gets up to see you, that Chief Justice, you have made a statement which is very, very problematic. We want you to justify what makes Akuffo Addo a legitimate lawyer. You will need to prove his certificate. Can you? That is why at your position, you don't do politics. You don't make such statements. White man will say these are what? These are, they call it, these are loose talks. These are loose statements. You don't do it. You might admire Akuffo Addo from afar. Maybe the way he conducted himself when he was a lawyer to you is the best. But you don't publicly sit there and make it look like Akuffo Addo is an exceptional lawyer, whilst you know he has no certification. Into you as the head of our law in Ghana, if I ask you to prove to me that Akuffo Addo is a legitimate lawyer, how are you going to prove it? Tahiru, don't disturb. Tahiru is insulting me. Why are you insulting me? I said that you are from Tumu. Get out. Don't call me. Don't text me. You see, and this is, thank you, Mr. S. This is a man who has come on national television to tell us that his certificate is missing till date. He has not been able to prove to us his certificate is here or there. And today, the Chief Justice of Ghana, because of petty politics, you are standing in front of the world telling us this guy is a lawyer. My law certificate is missing till date. This is 2013. Till date. Nana Dankwa Akuffo Addo has not been able to tell us to go for the second copy of his certificate. From where? But we see a Chief Justice today, Ghana's Chief Justice, defending a criminal. That's why I'm saying, if I decide to sue you, Madam Tokonu, I decide to sue you, I want interpretation to your statement. Prove to me, as a Ghanaian, the taxpayer who has been taking care of you for some time now, why Akuffo Addo is a lawyer. Can you prove to me? Because Akuffo Addo just told us his certificate is missing. Can you force Akuffo Addo to go to his law school and bring the certificate? You are not acting like a Chief Justice. You are not. And it hurts because you are lowering that status there, the amount. I'm one person, when they chose you, I said, you could make a difference. Aish, and in your boy was far better. You have lowered that position. And I respect you a lot. But these things, you are not supposed to do it. At time. You are supposed to live above this. Move beyond this, man. Mom, this is too low. You are doing party politics. This is very shameful. It hurts me to be using these kind of words, but you give us no option than to use these words. The man is saying he doesn't have a certificate. You are also sitting here telling the whole world that he's the best lawyer. So you as a judge, prove to me. Can you prove to me? So what makes our Supreme Court the creme de la creme? You are the captain of Ghana's law. You are the captain. And you are making such loose statements. These are loose statements. These are basically political statements you stay away from. And if they are not political statements, these are statements that comes with a lot of strings. They are very controversial statements. And as a Chief Justice, you stay away from controversial statement because you don't want anybody to doubt your thinking ability. There's a reason why senior judges, especially when it comes to the Supreme Court of America, they stay away from controversial issues, because the statement you make when it's got to do with controversial issues, people can base on that to judge your level of intelligence. So when a Chief Justice who knows right, who knows that you need to be very, very factual and thoroughly right before you speak, because this has got to do with credentials. Every statement you make goes into the history books of Ghana. So how can a Chief Justice stand in public without having total facts to be defending a man who cannot produce a certificate? Hey, madam, that this embarrassment, it is going to follow you till you die. You need to correct this. I respect you a lot, but you need to correct this. So if you want to prove to us that basically, with all due respect, madam, if you want to prove to us that you are not a roadside judge, prove to us that Akuffo Addo is a real lawyer. If you're not able to do that, then you are making a roadside judge statement. Don't let people doubt your intelligence. Do not give us the room to doubt your intelligence, madam. And I respect you, and I know you qualify to be where you are. But some of your utterances, you are making us doubt your intelligence when it comes to being consistent, and being non-partisan. These things are very important. And the last thing any young man, any young Ghanaian would do is to doubt the intelligence of their Chief Justice. It's the worst thing. We are not even supposed to be thinking that way, because we should believe that our Chief Justice is the most intelligent person when it comes to law in Ghana. So when you give us room to doubt your intelligence, it at the end of the day discredits the judiciary itself. Can you, Madam Tokonu, prove to us that Akuffo Addo is a lawyer? Because I can't just walk to your court and tell you that John Mahama won the elections. I will have to prove beyond reasonable doubt. The way in 2020 you were expecting Asiedun Ketia and the NDC to prove beyond reasonable doubt, even though J. Mensah could have come within a statement, within a minute, she could have told us who won the election. You told the NDC to prove beyond reasonable doubt. Can you do that? Don't let us doubt your intelligence. Don't force us to start doubting how your intelligence, the level it is. Because to me, I will defend you anywhere I go, and I respect you fully. And your position, you deserve to be there. But don't let us think. Don't force us to start doubting your intelligence. Please, madam. And I'll be happy if someone could challenge you to tell Ghanaians why you think Akuffo Addo is a legitimate lawyer. I will be happy if somebody challenges you. I will see how you will react and the kind of facts that you put out. Then we will know who knows the law and who is using the law to lie. That's all. So I'll be willing to support anyone who is willing to, basically, this is not against the Chief Justice. Any young lawyer who wants to basically test the law, I'll be willing to finance this. Just sue the Chief Justice. Please, madam, you made this statement, and the president is our president, and we want to make sure everything is put on record. Can you prove to us why you made this statement, why Akuffo Addo is a legitimate lawyer? That's all. I want to see whether you throw it out or you try to prove to Ghanaians that you are not doing politics. That's all. If any young Ghanaian lawyer, young Ghanaian student wants to try this, I will support it. I will pay. Like, we just want you to prove to us that Akuffo Addo is a legitimate lawyer. It is there that people will trust you or not. And please, madam, I love you. I respect you. Don't force us to doubt your intelligence. It's very bad. I will always try to protect you as the Chief Justice of Ghana. Do not force any Ghanaian to doubt your intelligence. The moment you start to question your intelligence, it means the judiciary is gone. Please, do us some favor and prove to us that Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo is a legitimate lawyer, because he has told us he has no certificate. Thank you, madam. Now, see this. We are still with the Chief Justice, and this is what we are seeing now. Dr. Opuni Ene Eye Koko Board for 7 is gotten to this point. And these are the same things. But I'm talking like you say, somebody in your law firm, the judiciary is telling me that Afenyo Markins sponsored your father's funeral. You see, one of your colleagues, your father's funeral is Afenyo Markins paid for everything. These are things that, madam, so you don't involve yourself in those kind of statements, please. Like your own colleagues, one of them is texting me, Afenyo Markins, a normal crazy politician, he paid for your father's funeral. We are not supposed to do this to ourselves. Integrity, credibility is important. Madam, I respect you a lot. Credibility is important. Don't let politicians drag you. They are dirty people. They are filthy people. They don't care whether you die today or not. It is power that they need. Save the judiciary. Save the law, Madam Tokonu. That's all. You're a woman. You have kids, I believe. You should live beyond men. Please, do not let these politicians drag you down. Please. You have worked too hard to get here. And one thing, please, don't let us doubt your intelligence. I will fight anybody who tries to doubt your intelligence. I will do that because I respect you. Now, lawyers in shock, disbelief as Chief Justice Madam Tokonu reconstitutes chairs Opuni's case panel. You see, Opuni case no akodru court. Emma, yes, yeah, in fact, my kind story no na me dwum se na be ya obi nka se makoka asem ashobiano. Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu has made changes to an already constituted court hearing an appeal filed by former Kokobot Chief Executive Dr. Stephen Kwabena Opuni. Some legal luminaries who were stunned by the Chief Justice's curious move were heard murmuring in disbelief after the counsel for Dr. Opuni, Mr. Samuel Kujo, revealed in court that the panel now sitting on the case was different from the panel they appeared before months ago. The Chief Justice has also decided to now sit on the case. She automatically chairs the new panel. It will be recalled that when Justice Kwesi Anochi Jima, before his transfer to Kumasi on April 4, 2023, decided to hear the trial of Dr. Opuni and businessman Seydou Agongo de novo adds afresh when he took over the case from retired Supreme Court Judge Clemens Hunyuiga, who had presided over the case for years with additional responsibility as a High Court judge. Attorney General Godfred Dame, who was dissatisfied with the outcome, took the matter to the Court of Appeal. So Opuni case after Hunyuiga oye jaja otena Opuni any Agongo cases so against eye Kokobod asem no ye nyina nim Hunyuiga ode nkora kɔ eye de Akosobo hotel small girls any omokoda even onwankasa ni colleagues nkora oni omo yedwuma na oni omo deda ho. Justice Hunyuiga is the same jaja okotena bedwom ka say yenkotoma Akuffo Addo efri say oye den Akuffo Addo the free SHS aba edu 3 days any de call Supreme Court. And Justice Hunyuiga, disgraceful judge, he has retired. He will die soon. He's full of sickness. Now, after the judge stepped out or he resigned, the case was given to a new court, and the case was supposed to start afresh. The Attorney General contested it, and case na kopia appeals court, Madam Tokonu, the Chief Justice, time Opuni lawyers. A court case we who appeals court who say na a judge phobi and a case in so. Adia chino mo ba ya. Yasi Chief Justice Assistant Judge for no be miensa and ode ono ho ne ho abeham. So ono agaza person na case in so. Hey, madam, don't let us doubt your intelligence, Madam Tokonu. So Madam Tokonu on the blind side of everyone bluffo. On the blind side of everyone, Obia nimu no wafe chire akoyi judge for be miensa frim and on the judge for be beka wan ode ono ankasa ne ho aka ho enti ende no panel na e wa appeals court etna case no na e chairman na Madam Tokonu adwuma bi ani wo say what is happening in Ghana. I don't know the rules. Ebia, you have the right to do this, but don't you think this is too political? This is too This is too glaring. This is too low. Madam, what made you decide to join this panel? What made you decide to just get in there and take over this case? Is somebody pushing you to make sure, say, Opuni is jailed for the person to use that as their campaign message? It is looking like that. It is looking like you have been forced to get on the panel to jail Opuni, send Akuffo Addo around the country to say he has fought corruption. Because recently, people have been bringing issues up, say, Akuffo was able to jail his own, Malam Seidu Sedeng, and John Mahama was able to jail his own, Abuga Pele. Inti Akuffo Addo is trying to find something that he will go out there and tell Ghanaians, I have been able to jail opponents. And this is the big case Ebin Sida. So Madam Tokonu, your interest in this case is very, very interesting. And I've heard say the idea is to jail Opuni. That is all. I have heard say this is coming from the executive. Nana Danko Akuffo Addo is insisting that Opuni is jailed because when jail Opuni, he cannot go out there and speak against corruption. He cannot go out there and justify why I call for say the mother serpent of corruption. Ultimately, conquer defending him. He wants to use you to go and jail Opuni so that he can go out there, follow Baumia and tell Ghanaians say he has been able to jail NDC corrupt official. But Madam Tokonu, are you the one to do this for Akuffo Addo? Madam, please, I love you. And I don't want anybody to doubt your intelligence. I don't. So be try so best, I'll fight the person. But consistently, maybe you are going to make people doubt your intelligence. Oh. You are going to make people doubt your position. But you are the CJ. They are equally good judges you have put on that case. You are the one who select judges. What did you see for you to say these judges should come off for you to come sit on? You have seen something, eh? Or there's something you want some people to do they are not doing, so you want to go and do it yourself. Because that's what it's looking like that. It's looking like there is an agenda here. I'm not saying you have an agenda, but it's looking like there's an agenda. Because in Sembebre or Ghana, and these judges are equally qualified. I don't think, sir, yeah, the case be against the judge be or the case in so. So because the judge be a crop. So what actually called for these changes are Ama one kataswasa betnaso. Madam, do not allow Ghanaians to doubt your intelligence. Some people try to doubt your intelligence when you were asked about birth certificate, and we did everything possible to protect you. The answer you gave when it came to birth certificate and passport, some people started doubting your intelligence. But we told them, no, you are our mom. We know you can do this job. They can never doubt your intelligence because you are smart. You know what you are doing. You have learned this job and you will succeed. And you prove to us that you are qualified to do this job. But I say, oh, yeah, maybe my mom, they were doubting your intelligence. No, they are back again to doubt you again. No. People are beginning to doubt your intelligence. They are beginning to doubt how you think and how you think about your position. It is the Chief Justice. It is not a political position. And I've said every day, my platform way, I will use this platform to protect you, to defend the court, to defend you, the Chief Justice. But please don't make it difficult for us. There are people on the street saying so many things about you. I don't agree. People like myself, we don't agree. And I don't want anybody to doubt your intelligence. That's the thing I want to protect. So, madam, relax. Let the judges on the case do this. You are not even supposed to be heard. It hurts me when I see you every day. You are talking, you are jumping from here to here. Hardly do you hear any Supreme Court judge in America speak. You are the chief judge. You don't have to be heard. Also, pay a reaketekete. O de bia no patututu says no pie. Kusie epie a reaketekete at some asamoba na kusie pie. With all due respect, madam. I saw the no bia na osibon I saw area kusie with all due respect, madam, en kaso kusie, but I just said me de kusie asam ne. I said bia osibon obi apia no hu anim. You are becoming too familiar. You are becoming too normal, ordinary. And I think that's the reason why some people are trying to doubt your intelligence, but I will not allow that. You are smart. You are not political. You are not corrupt. And I'll always defend you. But there are some things maybe you do. Eman Kofobi are doubting your level of intelligence. Now, Yankwenim. Electoral Commission. Money has been released to all district officers to procure generators and fuel. Easy. Electoral Commission for say. Omoyi Sikatwo. In fact, I'll do this story. It needs to come down here. Story in Elo. I want to do this story. Togbe Afedi has spoken, and it's got to do with our economy, the city, the strength of the city. Togbe Afedi obia nimno. Majority of politicians in Ghana, ejuma Togbe aye omunye bida. Togbe etima building the company from scratch. Ebesinde 99% of politicians in Ghana, they have not been able to do that. 99% of politicians in Ghana mumbi ejumada. It's a fact. 80 people like these, they have rights to speak on Ghana's economy. Saying that Togbe Afedi say Bawumia a bad economist, we all have to believe it. Obi to say Nyautamaklo say Bawumia is a comedian, we have to believe it because they have lived through economies and they have been able to sustain their business. So they know who is a bad economist and who is a good manager. And they say people like Togbe Afedi mo mobile bontin be custody ni wansama. No more said this is the problem. We will believe it because Omayebi and they are still doing it. When a politician like Bawumia, when a politician like the finance minister come to tell me, say Nyoma best not to wake up Nyoma, I will believe Togbe that to believe a politician because sa politician ombi ejumada onim send ejuma tie. Onko abrochen sa city enko to ade dollar abrochire da. Sa politician no a bank a parliament not no ye onim nyanse bia obetumi dia sustain business. 99% of politicians in Ghana, when you give them 20,000 Ghana to establish a business, they be good. I'm not talking about corrupt money. 90% of the politicians in Ghana, ejuma will be political jobs. The day I'm free power, ejuma nyina be good. Omunum nyansa ya de chechiri ejuma, they don't have it. In this end, always a politician be ejuma. Because onya politics ka and the pompe ejuma and sustain ejuma no. The moment to be free power na I was say ordinary. Now using agene sustain ejuma ni nyina be good. Go back and check. All politicians are no more power. Omubi enjuma after free power. Edu impempenso so use agene sustain ejuma. Ejuma ni nyina guye because they are not wise. They are not smart. They are not able to sustain companies. I'm telling you. The reason why politician companies say ekoso when he is in power or is in active politics, they are taking money from you and sustaining the business. Even though the business is not making money, because there's a constant the withdrawal of your money into that business, it floats. The moment I ever cut the source of that business, I will say on one kasa kono ko dwene se nipa sustaining business na gu. And most of them, they cannot leave politics. Because obi a politician o skapa busan say adena wunja politics enko e wejuma ontumi because the juma no politics they sustain no. Only that natural common sense as a businessman, as an economist to sustain that business. And it's people like this, some kasa I will see tie. Togbe Afedi akasa also then. As long as interest rates are kept unnecessarily high, our currency, the city, will continue to suffer adverse consequences. It is straightforward. As far as interest rate was so, when Bawumia comes to tell me otherwise, Bawumia is a fool. On be a jumada on tiasie. Se company struggler oni se ne obe sustain company no obe save company no. Se company no e was here BMA Bawumia antiasie. Bawumia does not know when the company breaks even and the company makes profit. When the company is trying to create opportunities within the on tiasie. So when Bawumia comes to tell me that 14.99 to 50 and I said $15 no, it is better than $9 3.8. I also tell Bawumia is mad. Bawumia does not invest in anything. Bawumia's money is all in bonds. amount for sika na omoje and amamamo sika. Baumia has not built any company from scratch. Baumia in his seed money, MBA company on tiasie. It does not know how to pay. It does not know how to separate his primary. He does not know how to separate his loan from on tiasie. Baumia just speaks. But these are the people who understand how economies work. Or see, as far as our interest rate is high, today Ghana's interest rate is almost 30. Ukodi loan or bank, 100,000 Ghana. You are paying over 30% interest. You cannot sustain it. The economy, your city will struggle. America interest rate, recently it got to 7. The whole American can blow up. Recently, I think it crossed 7 or so. And the whole America can blow up. That is what people do. They sustain. They try to suppress things that will make their currency weak. But with us, we don't even know how to suppress things that will make our currency weak. All that we do is we give excuses. How can you have your interest rate over 30? How can you have inflation around 30? How can you sit and tell me that the economy is doing well? Are you a fool? Wait, Jimmy. How can an economy do well in an economy where interest rate is 30 and over? How? And you tell me my words are strong. A straightforward issue in America, you cannot sustain an economy like that. So when I hear people like this speak, I listen, because at least they're out of nothing. Obian to me fan some sinibo and catch them say. Obian to me fan in sa NCB catch them say. Or no na Akuffo politics for sika edema to be area dojuma. Nobody. So it must sustain the business a bit my government in the car. Then he's more wise, intelligent than a foolish politician who is telling me or a finance minister. I'm telling you. He's wiser than a foolish politician telling me he's an economist. Because he has gone through governments. Even at this moment where everything is a mess, they are still able to sustain their hospitals. They are able to sustain their businesses. These are wise people. And they are giving advice to say, if this is happening, do not tell Ghanaians that the economy will do well or the economy is doing well. The economy will struggle. Why are we not looking at the fundamentals? Why are we not looking at how to make sure we suppress the interest rate, how to make sure we bring inflation down so that our currency can also have some breathing room to be able to be strong enough to help local industries so that it can translate into our foreign investment. But we sit in Ghana, we are suppressing the local currency and we expect the country's economy to grow. It does not work like that. These are honorable people, and they're not just honorable, they are honorable in everything that they do. This man returned his ex gratia. Paul Adomochi Jimmy at the end of the day, he can take care of Paul Adomochi. And we need to be listening to people like this. And Yama Jimmy Phobia got an abroche, Quasiebia for abroche by a politician. Oh, we don't know abroche or Kosia way. Oh, we need Jimmy, oh, we go abroche, no money, 90% of politicians, especially MPP politicians, you're so many no more abroche. Do you know? Go check it. One day I'll do it. I told you once. 90% of the current NPP administration appointees, any MPs or more parliament, especially MPP for 90%, they so many abroche. None of them was making $80,000 a year. I'm telling you. Kind of for that time, I just know you Chase Bank or Bruce. No, I ye wa ya de. Mr. Mojimi. Mahmoud Baum, so cause Zimbabwe, no UK. I don't know buy. But dear to us, so not to bronze or to basement. You my dear and dear any didn't buy. Gabby, oh Gabby, not to UK. Napo, so called school UK. And I'm like, oh, no mugu Bruce, no more brabia. Me say none of them. Nobody was making $100,000 a year. And know what I'm telling you. And a Jimmy T, because you're for it, Abrochira. Yes, or not Abrochira, because you're answer. A year or more, majority of the no to be see dying, one of them see dying, or Ghana. Momusa Educhum said in a year, was he making $100,000? Educhum. He wasn't making $100,000 a year. No, a mere teacher, charter school. He wasn't making $100,000 a year. I can tell you for a fact. Educhum. He wasn't making $100,000 a year in America. Today, ask him how much he's making in Ghana. Mwe Jimmy. ana me refifi emudin omu nyina so mu fra abrochire baaye omu nyina na abrochire na bo omu so omu ba mu agimi nti omu se fra abrochire baaye na eti abrochire omu ni bibia kwasiafo we ba akoye fra edu poku se de o se energy expert because o ko school abrochire no ne enti se ku for ko tena abrochire me say education minister or your bema omegina TV so how much he was making in America in a year. Me say country Educhum when he was in America, he wasn't making over 100,000 a year. I'm saying this on authority. Today, in a month, he makes over $100,000 in Ghana. Some way Jimmy. Yes, a son kwasi afo bremo is we de not abrochiru. Me say 100 crowd dosun. 100 say near DC no 150, 200, 300,000. Any DC for no. Wait, no, making more than 80,000. I'm telling you, he wasn't making over 80,000 a year. Mama na car, mama na die, mama na allowance. As you're very in Ghana, can't say education minister. I dear went to my we are seeing an order moyeno. Ah, now must educhum no make saying 200,000. Educhum now making more than $60,000 a year. Or just say America police ni. Educhum oni kapre na pomo bet my list misas get me bet my list NPP form so no moti abrochire ni a chire adwuma no mo ye obi ani o make 50,000 a year mo na mo de mo be ye eninti na 2014-15 Kofi Benton mu hu ye Kofi Kapito mu esankoma mo tena Ghana hu se no ya tena ma enkwasiafo we afa esi ejimi ya tena keka brofo ye nya kapre esankoma in 2015 on si dan o Kofi Benton 2016 no see that. Kofi Kapito no munyi ka papa bia twi o. They sat down and told themselves Kofi Kokubako. Ne da o see NPP ne sima no. Egbert Fable mu no ni dan o. He when they mess up a list of journalists or munyina yama mo appointment, none of them no be any dying. They sat down and they were like, you know something? You better not radio so sa mama yenka etimbo me mfa Akuffo Addo mra ye de enkofo na yesu yentumi ensisi dying because ya di 40 and over ye kowu. So they sat down and omo plan said they will disgrace Mahama so that their people will come and omo ye yi Mahama na omo nkofo buy omo yire nim ni nyina positions. You think so Jimmy? They played with you. If one else is akode, I will show you their estates and Sako de Yvonne else I could enter Sako de to me MPP asem. The estate na we no MPP the Simano. I'm telling you. Sako de nyum sika se no je. Sako de on charge more than 15,000 a show or America. Sako de he does not take more than $15,000. $15,000 me fee $15,000 be money. Sako de does not charge more than $15,000. There are places he goes he charges less than $7,000. Sako de where do you get money to build a state? MPP the Simano, I think I have the video here. They use you people. Sarkodie is just scared, so somebody will come after him. Now in your if we want to do lifestyle audit, Sarkodie will not be jail. Sarkodie ya kwasi ya obeso a gangster. Sarkodie be jail. Yeah, lifestyle audit. Sometimes I am in person. I can't say me. I say be a personal. Me no be o issue. See now read this. My favorite. Thank you, team. My team just Google this. Moon read it. Moon hear there. My chama there. Mo dia mo nim dia mo kai kai. Some kwasi afo mo use much. This was just Googled by my team. How much does a charter school teacher make? $49,346 to $70,000 a year. Education minister, not a child or charter school. Now making more than $70,000 a year. Let's see. This is how much does a charter school teacher make way in America? From 49,000 to 70,000. Education minister no. So a bear my own TV so guys me America no. I was making $200,000 a year. Oh boy. On to people car. He was making between 40,000 to 70,000 a whole year. Some way Jimmy. You can't move. You can't create a move. Any entire and I can tell you the other. Me, I know these people. They are nothing. Yvonne Nelson is akode. Omo estate ebeng. I'll take time and go film their estate and come show you. They think they can hide these things. Drug trafficking, yeah, there's akode. These people, they know this. That's why I'm one of them straight. Yeah, lifestyle auditor. Majority of you people dead jail. What about that jail? You be in jail, you die in jail. Sakode. Or even else, we almost see on estate. And your MP for this mom. Sakode or no 1 million streams on YouTube on any stream and $500. 1 million streams. How many streams does he have? 1 million streams on all platforms. Less than $500. 1 million streams. How many streams? 1 million streams does Sakode have to build an estate? Sakode, you know saying the witcher. Sakode show send a body in a year. If you want to drag now foolish boys, the more many patch I do almost own. What is Ghana na and Kwasia for a motor so? You can see a biom to a to import to coin. Sakode, met me the embargo at Todoso. I know because I'm a time will be a mayor, sir. Sakode, I can place an embargo on him. Sibia, can the Japan do Houston now? Your tete, no, a man is soon, you know. Sakode say akwala. Met me the embargo at Sakode, so ought to be to coin. Mosa Sakode, no. Some question for anti the catch them said these people they use you to do business. This is charter school. Educhum answer na oba Ghana no only more than $70,000 a year. Where I'm me the almost state ni omo documents nyina be church them. Met me these are some this Sakode ne Yvonne Nelson. Dan a almost see omudi sie ni nyina ma me kyeremo na boy we no kra me sere so Sakode. Mo say drag mo where they be no. These are some of their estates they are hiding. Yvonne Nelson Sakode they have Mumbusa so just go away. Sakode and Yvonne Nelson. These we and I'm fun we. Met me at they know they are nothing. Met me the embargo at Sabo and so. Airport will be soon. Any airport he gets to, he will cry. But the most important thing, maybe some say, majority of these politicians they had nothing in America, nothing in Europe. They were riff-raffs. The more a family ye. Time no you doom. So now you saw kwa. MB ba power do skala masa akode. Ma menchira ma de bi wa ha. Kwasia we mu so no. Easy. I met my location is here. I have the location. I have documentations to these things. Me wo mu nyina me wo mu nyina location omo paperwork baby as a that way di bom tono time stay minimum nyina me wo ni nyina anya ka say ya audit sa boys and girls we are lifestyle audit can they live in Ghana for a year. Remember my location na ma kire say I just was sometimes there's so many things we don't do because I'm so better be abo edin bone. There's so many things we don't do. Like, you see, there's a mama politicians use sumo. Go to East Legon Hills. East Legon Hills. Mumfrasa akwadie. Almost scatter dino. Almost see the peace. And the land you people are putting all these things, so we know where it's coming from. You know the government officials who are giving you this East Legon Hills lands. Sakode, we know. Just last land, we know who gave it to you. And you people, all the nonsense you are doing. And I'm going to say, Nipa Jimmy, then you take money and you destroy people's lives. And then, my mom said, and I'm there, move some of them adwene, number say youth, no, Yvonne Nelson. Such a shameful person like this. And also going, I don't know, no uncle. More am Jim number dinichi, or the more your business, more am obedi Yvonne Nelson, your boat to a kuat to actually qua. Yvonne Nelson. So Jina Street is so udinichi, your boat to a kuat to actually. When Yvonne Nelson is meeting Gabby Dams, now when? Huh? Yvonne Nelson, now Obama Tita could say, Yvonne Nelson is a demonstration with the Kukwa. Wait, Jimmy, the Nefra and Yemfra. Oba was so cronform cano cre. Well, you should have when a nicer TV poll can quasi some and then make demonstration. Who cares? And then you're the team. See, you're the team.
Story OTCC no. A platform my friend PENDREAM TV and I uti story no na o feedback we here empa story awati no any story be our platform no so be awati a opese o my feedback no fafa WhatsApp message or WhatsApp number 0277128777 na yebebo e wo PENDREAM FM Ghana for nyina ati wonka
Debi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase na so far so good say open online portal e wo Ghana nipa share nipa follow nipa comment here to my best of knowledge without any biases PENDREAM TV